Are we live? Hi!
Are we live? Here we go.
There we go.
You're on. You're on. Right now.
So this is the first YouTube live that we've done in a long time. Thanks for all you fans that are there tuning in. Welcome to YouTube Live. We're trying to decide what we're going to stick with. If we're going to keep going with Facebook Live or if we're going to switch over to YouTube Live. I decided to go YouTube Live tonight because some of our fans out there are requesting it on YouTube instead of Facebook. So,
Okay.
you know, we're trying to appease all our fans
Well, it's been a while since we've been live.
on YouTube and live, period.
Yeah, live. Period. And we, it's just that we've gotten so much product in.
Lots of reviews.
Yeah, lots of reviews. So we have to keep up with that. And not only that, it's been we had a crazy we had Christmas and
First of the year.
First of the year, it was people being busy with work and then catching up from the holidays, tax season.
Well, even cinema.
Yeah.
One of the main things that we like to discuss on our show is cinema, and the best film thus far, and we'll argue the point tonight, has been Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, Alita Battle Angel. Yeah, and I'm totally in agreement with it.
Year to date, 2019, Alita Battle Angel by James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez is the best film in theaters. Now, here's the disappointment. It's a $170 million production film, right? Only done $78.3 million in the U.S.
In the U.S. What saved it was China, but
the international market.
Yeah, the international market. But why it hasn't caught on yet? It's beyond me. I like what I don't know. I every time I look at feedback, it's nothing but positive feedback. But why isn't it catching on? That's what
people were probably apprehensive. People didn't know the subject material. Not a lot of people follow. Manga and not a lot of mainstream. We know there's a lot of manga and anime fans out there. Don't take us wrong. Not a lot of mainstream fans follow that stuff. So,
but you know what? I was wondering, if Robert Rodriguez had anything to do with it.
Because some of his movies are.
Because some of his movies are a little bit, that again, him and Quarantino are real good friends, and he tends to follow that same lead where it's just. Some of the stunts are outlandish, some of the, gory, and then
over the top.
Yeah, over the top, and then you got the Spy Kids films where it's a little kiddish, childish, and I wonder if they went, if some people thought, oh, Robert Rodriguez, why am I gonna do that, right? It's gonna be another, and it was not. It was totally opposite. It stayed. Again, I never read the graphic novel.
But from what we're hearing...
from what we're hearing, it stayed true to the character. Yes.
So, fans, if you were apprehensive about Robert Rodriguez, what should have given you confidence is James Cameron. Because, really, how many James Cameron duds can you name? He's got more hits than he has misses. You know?
Can you name one of his misses?
I don't know. I don't know his whole library. But I can tell you all of his hits. I can tell you E2, The Abyss, the first Terminator. What else? Avatar. That was his last greatest one. The Titanic. He's got so many. But what you get with James Cameron is you get in depth, you get quality, you get great fight sequences, and you get great production quality. Special effects, stuff like that. Not overly done CGI. I know Avatar was primarily CGI. I got it, but it didn't feel cheap.
Yeah, it didn't.
It didn't feel cheap.
And and they used the same concept in this movie as they did Avatar. Again, they used that camera and then also that. Oh, well, what is it called? Is it called? I forgot. Is it still motion or?
We're in the suits.
Yeah, we're in the suits and.
That's the same thing Marvel uses.
Whatever it is, But the thing is, it was done. It was done right. Just the overall look of the movie, it was beautiful. Why didn't it catch it? Why hasn't caught traction with other moviegoers? I don't know. To me, it was good character development. Good. It was good balance between character development, story, plot, action. It seemed to balance it out.
And a strong female lead.
Yes. Without pushing the freaking envelope.
Yeah. The Alita was great. And think about this. She was found in a trash heap. She used to be a warrior, and then she got discarded. And then the doctor found her, upgraded her, raised her. Then she's discovered who she was and started realizing that she was a warrior, and it comes out. Yeah. But it's not overdone. And even, we were discussing this before we went live. she's even stronger than her male boyfriend. You know, she falls in love with a human even though she's a cyborg.
But the thing is that you see
or an android.
why you see why she was specially made, you know, through her maker, you know, whatever it was. She was a warrior before that, just like as you were pointing out to. But there was a purpose behind it, but again, good character development where you fall in love with the character.
Yeah.
You fall in love with each character. Was it the doctor? You fall in love with, you know.
It's Cats. What is this?
Forgot his.
A great actor. He's been in a lot of movies.
Are you talking about the actual actor?
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not Cats. Waltz. My bad.
yeah. Christoph Waltz. I thought you were talking about the actual name of the character.
No. I was talking about the actor.
Christoph Waltz. And again, I know it's been 3 weeks since the movie's come out, or 4
just
weeks?
about, yeah.
Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks, and you know, but there's a reason why we're talking about it now, and because the thing is, we felt that movie underperformed, but it shouldn't have underperformed.
Yeah, it shouldn't have had great production quality, great story, great character development.
And if you still haven't seen it, if you're apprehensive, I'm telling you right now, just stop.
You're gonna enjoy it more than Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah. And the acting was great, and you know that was one of the movies where I actually wanted to go see it again. Yeah, I just haven't had the time because it's just been
We've been busy. You know, with the 9-to-5 job, and then we're doing reviews and other stuff we got going on. It's busy. It's hard to get back to see it. We see it once, we may not get to see it again.
And if it's still out there, if it is, I don't know.
It's still out there.
You know, no. But if it is on IMAX, I totally recommend seeing IMAX. I had a great time in IMAX.
Well, we'll pivot there, Diego. So I saw Captain Marvel in IMAX. I'm guessing you did too, right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see it?
No. That was one movie that just didn't capture me to see it in IMAX. I was like, you know what? That'd be like a movie I could just see on a regular screen. Of course, I went here to the local one, and then saw it in. I guess the experience, the movie experience.
Okay, AVX.
Yeah, CBX. Yeah.
And so that's interesting because I thought you were going to see it in IMAX. And I was going to ask you what you think because I'm happy when I can see it on IMAX and it's not 3D because again we've talked numerous times that nobody has done a movie that deserves 3D. And I was thinking about it a little more before I came to the show, and I said a movie has to have at least 20 minutes of 3D in the entire movie. Whether it's 2 hours, an hour and a half, 20 minutes of it has to be in your face 3D, and that's probably what's going to make a movie like, all right, I'll pay 3D prices to go see it. But everything from Star Wars Rogue One to Marvel to what else? Transformers. Yeah. Nothing in 3D in those movies is like.
The only time I actually had an experience with as far as like 3D was Dark of the Moon. Transformers Dark of the Moon.
Yeah, you tell me.
It's like, and I think it was when
the ships are coming in.
No. When all the debris from the buildings are and the thing is, like, you can see Shockwave, and you just see some of the material. It almost looked like a Disney park ride.
Oh wow!
I don't know.
I haven't experienced that yet, but I know you have.
Yeah, I have, and some of that was actually pretty neat. That was the only one time I said, it was actually pretty good in 3D. And Kong, I remember, if I'm right, I remember seeing Kong in 3D.
Skull Island?
Yeah, Skull Island.
Okay.
I remember seeing 3D. I remember I said I had a different experience at the IMAX. In the IMAX, it was just totally different. And it was in 3D.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what comes King of the Monsters, dude. Because King of the Monsters, the hype is real. We'll see if they do it in 3D. I'm definitely seeing that in IMAX.
Yeah,
no questions asked.
Yes. That's gonna be a must, But I'm just hoping that the hype matches the
end result.
Yeah, the end result.
Hey, you know what? You said Dark of the Moon. We're gonna go off topic real quick. But dude, are you still gonna get that Shockwave? Is it Prime One or whoever did that big Shockwave?
Oh no. After seeing this product, no.
All right, man. Because I still haven't seen that Shockwave in person. I think somebody local had it, and I saw when they posted, but I didn't go after it. But I agree with you. The Imaginarium Starscream is freaking amazing. If you haven't watched it, our review will be up shortly in the next couple weeks. I've got a lot to edit, but you've got to see this in person. We'll talk about it later on, not to get distracted from the movies, but this piece is amazing. So IMAX Captain Marvel. I saw it in IMAX. What I would like to start with on it is that I really enjoyed the vibe of the crowd. The crowd was more into this movie than anything else. The Stan Lee tribute was great.
Yes.
Marvel's intro. I loved it. Ever since they changed it up to Marvel Studios and that intro music, I love it. But I love that they had Stan.
Stan. You know, they took out all the characters. If you have not seen it yet, they took out all the characters and then they just put in Stan and everything like that. All his cameos and all his appearances at maybe at Comic-Con. They put it on there and then it fades to black and it goes, "Thank you, Stan."
Yep.
And it was just like, yes, you know,
Everybody
like,
clapped.
everybody clapping and everything.
Sure, there were some tears.
Yeah.
And then of course he gets
Or if not, you know, you had the
Choking the throat.
the choking.
and you know, was that him in the cameo in Marvel?
It looked like him.
It looked
right?
like him.
Yeah.
It might have been a stand-in.
Yeah.
Stand in.
Yeah.
So, but that was very touching. Very well done, Marvel. Very well done. As far as it, you know, you read our review. I thought she was powerful. I thought she was confident. I thought she was decisive. Others weren't as impressed. I didn't think it was a great movie. I certainly, and as I was telling one of the other team members, I certainly don't believe it did 150 million. I know that there were sold out theaters. I know that there was some hype and controversy. I just don't feel like it was a $150 million weekend. I just don't.
You know, I could see it because the thing is, you know, when I went to go see it at the movie theater, it was packed, but you know, and you know, I'm to the point where I felt the movie was like, meh. You know, I'm not one like where I was telling other people, "Hey, have you seen Alita? Have you seen Alita?" I was like, no. I was like, man, you got to go see it. You got to go see it.
You were doing that, or you weren't?
No. I was doing that with Alita. You know, like, but for Captain Marvel, I you know, I'm not doing that. And again, we're gonna get into it. You know, but it's just, yeah. But again, great tribute. You know, to Stan. That was the best point of the movie for me.
Well, tell the fans it's above this, but not. It's below this and not above this. Which one? So it's above in the Marvel universe.
Well, you know, I would say I have to put this movie in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, of course, you know, the worst movies, you know, that Marvel has ever produced. You know, again, you know, for me, it's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And then right before, and then you got Thor Ragnarok, and then you got Iron Man 3.
Wow, for me, 3 is the bottom.
Yeah, you know, again, we can
we differ.
We differ, but we agree that it's down there.
Yeah,
yeah, it's down there. And what other?
You know where they went wrong with Iron Man 3? They gave it to a different director. Favreau didn't direct it.
Yeah, I think that's
where they went wrong.
Yeah.
Always trust in Favreau.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but it's just. You know, it faltered. But anyways, so and then you got other movies that were, you know, they were okay. They were good. I mean, as far as story, they were really good.
Was it better than the Black Panther? Sorry.
This one right here?
Yeah.
No. Okay. I would put it like, if not, you know, equal or somewhere near it.
Just under it?
Yeah, just under it.
Because, you know, I want to deviate just a little bit because the Oscars just happened. I'm very happy that Marvel got, three Oscars with Black Panther? But I was asking another geek. I didn't feel that it deserved Best Picture. It was good. It wasn't great.
Well, I didn't think it would deserve anything. You know.
No, it definitely production and sound and editing, yeah, and clothes and costume.
I don't know. You know.
That's what I like. That's what I liked about Captain Marvel. Marvel takes us to a different place. We get introduced to new races. We see new technology. And it looks real. And that's what's the wonderful thing about Marvel is we get taken away. We get captured in that cinematic experience.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know. I guess we can differ because the thing is, I don't know. You know, like to me, Black Panther, yeah, you know, it's a good movie, but it just didn't like give you that. Oh my God, it was the best movie of the year. You know, like you know, I'm glad. I don't know if we discussed it, but the thing is, I remember discussing it as before review, you know how the Dark Knight just changed everything.
Yeah.
You know, thanks to that movie, because it raised so much controversy. That was the best movie of that year, but yet it didn't garner any attention for like Best Picture. And again, you know, because of that movie, Black Panther was able to get at least a nomination. Mm-hmm. So more action movies or more more movies like say the Black Panther or say Marvel movies or not DC movies may have the opportunity to win Best Picture. But was it great enough to deserve that nomination? I don't know if it's just because if it's because Black Panther touched everything, meaning the story, the character, and then even of course at times it did touch about political issues. That was in there. You can see it, but that's a different discussion. I don't know, and it was done right, but was it like a phenomenal movie like The Dark Knight everyone loves? No.
Well,
Yeah.
having said that, looking at the entire catalog of the MCU, is there a movie that you feel is a contender for best movie? It's over now. There's no way that's going to get it. But looking at the entire catalog, was there a movie in there that could have been a Best Picture nominee?
That could have been the nominee.
Yeah.
The Winter Soldier.
You think so?
Yes.
Why would that be a Best Picture? I knew you were going to go to that.
Yeah.
Come on, I knew you were going to go there, but why? What? I mean, we've never seen an action film get Best Picture, and that's why I'm asking.
Never, right? And you're just wondering when that's going to happen.
Well, I'm not wondering what's going to happen,
Yeah.
but that's the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier was more action, more.
But it was more in depth. The story was just, and like you said, it felt real. Like if you were to actually put Captain America in the real world, could that happen in the real world? Some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And it felt real. The characters felt real. They felt, man. I don't know how to explain it, but you probably have the best wording on this one. It just, like you can see the vulnerability in Captain America. You can see the vulnerability, especially the Black Widow, like to where she's scared.
She got shot.
She got shot.
But
Yeah. And you saw that, and
I dislike, what you're getting at, what I dislike is how far Bucky has fallen from Winter Soldier. I mean, Barnes dies in Captain America's origin story. Then we see him again in Winter Soldier, and he is a badass. But then he kind of falls off. Once we see him again in Civil War, he's not that.
Yeah, he's not strong.
He's not that strong assassin that he was.
But then again, remember they were pumping him up with. They were torturing him. They were pumping him up.
He's brainwashed.
Yeah, he was brainwashed, and then, when they had him in the chair, I guess he was getting refurbished, or he's getting his strength again.
So is that the only thing? Only when he gets those words? Only when he gets
something? But
when he's that?
Yeah, he was like superhuman. But then
so other than that, he's just like us with a metal arm.
Yeah, metal arm, or not? Maybe.
But I didn't like that. I liked what I saw in Winter Soldier, dude.
Again, but you remember the character Alexander Pierce? They were torturing him. They were making him that soldier, that ultimate soldier that they wanted. That assassin.
And that's basically all Civil War was. They were
Yeah.
telling us more about how Bucky became the Winter Soldier than what happened in the comics.
Yeah. And then not only that, going back to Winter Soldier, freaking Robert Redford, he tells you, like just him being there tells you, man, this could be a legit movie.
Yeah. Well, we'll pivot off that, the comics and Robert Redford. What did you think of, was it Annette Bening, right? It was Annette Bening as IA in Captain.
Yeah, Miss Marvel.
She was Marvel.
Yeah, Miss
What did you
Marvel.
think about that? I mean, that's what Marvel's getting us. We'll either get a legendary actor in a good role, or we'll get something peppered in, aka Annette Bening. We get a little bit of her, where Michael Douglas has been a constant in Ant-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah, but then you get Kurt Russell in freaking Guardians of the Galaxy, and then
you have your boy there. Hey, Kurt Russell can do no wrong by me.
Yeah, I mean, Snake Plissken, or
Wyatt Earp, MF. Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp, right? I mean, I didn't care for Annette Bening, and it just
She didn't do nothing.
Yeah, she didn't do nothing. She was.
What about Jude Law?
Jude Law was good.
I was disappointed. I wanted him to actually be a good guy.
No, I actually enjoyed him as the bad guy. He always has that presence. It's just I guess it's those eyes. Those eyes of him.
Yeah, those eyes were wicked.
Right?
Yeah.
So let me put that back on. Yeah.
You know what? I guess my favoritism for Jude Law didn't come up. My favoritism for Jude Law, he won me over as Watson in Sherlock Holmes. We are having. There we go. We're back.
Yeah.
and that's it. For me, he is Watson, and so as much as I enjoy that character, that's what I look at now when I see him on screen. So when I saw him in the trailer, I was like, "Oh, cool, Jude Law's in here." And then when the whole story transpires, I was like, "Oh man, I wanted to like his character."
Hey, what was it? The scroll, the main scroll. What was Brad? Is it Brad Mendelsohn?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Brad Mendelsohn. What did you think of him as Scroll?
As soon as he appeared as his boss, I was annoyed. Okay, so he was great as the annoying guy in Batman: The Dark Knight Rises, but then when I saw him in Player One, he was annoying, And then I saw him in this, and I was like, so he kind of gets under my skin. But as a Skrull, I liked him as a Skrull. When I figured out, I was like, oh, he's as a Skrull too. But he has an issue. His idiosyncrasies show through in his acting. So if you ever pay attention to him, he does the thing with his mouth when he talks. When he was in Skrull makeup, he did the same thing. So he needs to get that under control. I'm surprised that Marvel didn't pick up on that. Because that's a tick of his that shows through, and he needs to get control of that. Other than that, he was great as a Skrull. I like the Skrulls. I'm looking forward for them to come back. I'm looking forward to seeing what Marvel does with them. So,
But overall, what would you think of the movie?
it was good. It wasn't great. It was good. I was entertained. The fight sequences were good. Like I said before, film Brie Larson. I've never been a Brie Larson fan, but man, did she win me over in that 9 Inch Nails T-shirt and those pants? I was like, oh girl, you got it going on.
See, she won me over in Kong.
In Kong?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she won me.
Nah, she didn't win me over there.
No. She did. I just loved her in that movie.
You were fanning?
Yeah, I was like, man, she's beautiful.
They were that 9 Inch Nails shirt, and I was like, girl.
But it's like, well, you think it was good. I mean, I thought it was all right. I mean, there was a good story, but not for someone to go see at the movie. At the movies, I would say just sit on your couch, enjoy it.
Redbox it.
Yeah, redbox it. But again, before we did this, before we came on live, him and I were having a discussion. To me, the biggest disappointment. It never established as to why, going back to the last Avengers movie, the
Infinity War.
Yeah, the Infinity War. Okay, Nick Fury pages her. Okay, but what does Nick Fury know that she can do that can actually overturn this?
And how did Nick Fury know that everybody else was gone? This was like a last resort. He pulled it out and he knew he was fading, so he pressed the button. But I get what you're saying. Yeah. What was it about Captain Marvel that Nick Fury knew this was his last hope? Press the button.
Yeah, press the button.
Because in this movie,
what is it that she can do?
Yeah.
That's going to change, or it's going to alter. And again, for some of you fans, you already know. But the thing is, to the novices, it just didn't never really explain it in this movie. Yeah, she has power out of her arms. She can fly. She can, but all she did was just fly and stop some bombs, from hitting Earth. She fought some, she fought some, from some Kree.
Well, okay. Let's dissect that. You just said that. So she stopped the bomb, right?
Yeah.
Who was it that sent the bomb incoming?
No, that was Ronan.
So Ronan sends in some bombs, and they're blazing in. They're like rockets, right? Like nuclear weapons. And she stops it. So let's dissect it. So to me, that would imply she's stronger than the Hulk. Because the Hulk would be able to stop it. But I mean, this chick is flying towards an incoming projectile. So that would imply that she's stronger than Hulk. She has, am I saying it? She has kinetic energy. Because she's basically, remember that movie with Drew Barrymore, Firestarter? Yeah. Basically, Firestarter.
Yeah, and she's able, what was it, electromagnetic, I don't know, it's something, it was electromagnetic pulse, or I
almost like an EMP.
Yeah, something like that, or if not.
So she flies, she's stronger than Hulk, she's got kinetic energy.
Well, again, she's supposed to be the mightiest Avenger. Again, there's always that argument, no Thor, no, Captain Marvel, no, but everyone agrees, the majority agree that she's supposed to be the mightiest, the strongest Avenger. I say Thor, but again, going to this movie, is that it just never established that. Like, okay, why is she the mightiest Avenger? What is it about? Why is it that Nick Fury had to call her?
Yeah.
Is there something that she can change? Again, to the novice fans, it didn't establish it. It didn't knock me out of the park. Okay.
Nah, it was a good origin story, but they left some questions.
Yeah.
Oh, and even we put that in the review. Even the second cutscene at the end, right? The first one was good, but the second one where the cat's on the desk.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing.
Oh, that was another thing.
Yeah, your thing with the cat.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So the cat's on the desk with the cube, right? But when we first get introduced to the cube, the Red Skull is hunting it down in Germany, war-torn Germany.
Yeah.
So if this is going back, how did the cube get to Germany? Now, what I would have been fine with, and it still wouldn't have worked. What I would have been fine with is if the spaceship had blown up and the cube fell to Earth, but that still doesn't connect it to Germany, because we're back here in World War II.
Well, the thing is that no, because we're in the 90s. Remember because it fell down in the ocean, right? Then
Okay, but Stark gets it.
Okay, but
Remember?
so how does Miss Marvel get it?
No, but when does Shield get it? Because remember, in Avengers, Shield has the cube and they're studying it. But Stark is the one. Stark is the one that found it because Cap says you should have left that thing in the ocean. Oh no, he tells. Does he tell Stark that? Or does he tell Fury that?
Right, I think he tells Fury that.
He tells Fury that you should have left it in the ocean.
Yeah, but the thing is, if it was in the ocean, okay, so
that's after they found it.
Okay, so the cat spits it out, but when does it spit it out?
Yeah.
Now that he's withered away, or is it sometime in the 90s that we don't know?
And how the hell can the cat survive the energy? Because remember, anybody who picked it up would burn.
But you know what? When they had that cat, and then all of a sudden the mount, like everyone could tell that was like, that's not a cat, that's so and so. All right.
A Tarek or something.
Yeah, and then it just did that. You know what I thought of? I said, when did we get Men in Black?
Well, people are saying that, but it also felt like Star Wars. Those things in The Force Awakens, the whatever that were on Han Solo's ships.
Yeah, incorporate everything in there.
But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
But I was thinking Men in Black.
Let's end Captain Marvel discussion on the campiness.
Oh, well, no, wait, what else? No, before we, you know what? It may get into that, the campiness. Okay. Yeah. You know what? You are right, the campiness, right? Because for me, one of the biggest issues, I thought Nick Fury fell out of character. I felt Ronan was a little out of character. Yeah, and where was his tattoos?
Well, remember, we're going back now. All right, again, the continuity and Marvel, you need to get better at this because several of your movies in your catalog, the continuity is off. So you've got to get better at the continuity. But Ronan, I got. This is a younger Ronan. Yeah. He's not jaded yet. Remember, in Guardians of the Galaxy, he's jaded. He's mad. He wants revenge. He's not mad yet because he's working with the Kree. And later on, he wants to destroy the Kree. So the fact that we don't have that makeup yet is cool. But he looked very different. I was like, man, he looks different without that black. And then he sounded different. The Ronan in Guardians had a deeper voice. Right? Yeah. This sounded like Lee Pace. I was like, that's not Ronan. And that's not the first time we've seen it, Marvel. We saw the first time that I can remember a character being out of the character that was originally established, Heimdall. I freaking love the character Heimdall. Idris Elba was amazing in that role, but the second time we saw him, when he took off his helmet, we lost that deep Heimdall, that wise voice that we just lost it. And so this is another one.
Yeah, and for me, Nick Fury, I never look at him the same. He appeared campy, and every time he saw the cat, oh come here, kid, like I go, where's the badass, Fury that we know, because again, where it threw me off. I said, wait a minute, going back to Winter Soldier, him and Alexander always talk about the past, right? Oh, how we used to do this, how we used to do that, and how we used to do this. Okay, so if this incident is taken back in 1995. Because they mention it, if you weren't picking up on it, they said the plane went down 6 years ago, back in 1989 or whatever it was. Well, okay, so I added 6 years. Okay, let's say today's 1995. Okay, so we first get Iron Man in 2008. All right, so there's a
y'all got Diego started on the year. He's counting the years.
Yeah, so there's a 13. So there's a 13-year difference. What happened in those 13 years? What's going on? How did Nick Fury all of a sudden become a freaking goofball? Which I thought he was a goofball movie. He seemed more like a sidekick.
Even what is it? Coulson, Agent Coulson. Coulson.
Yeah, Agent Coulson.
Even Coulson still seemed like the Coulson we met in Thor. He was serious. He was younger. He was almost the same character. Nick Fury changed. You're like, wait a minute. And then the other day I was watching. It was Winter Soldier. And it was after Fury got shot. And when you see the scars, he's actually got 4 scars, not 3 that you see in Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and but again, that was kind of disappointing too. Is the cat? How he gets his freaking how he gets.
Yeah, that was lame. We wanted Fury to have like an awesome war scar.
Yeah, war scar. And I thought it was going to relate back to freaking. Winter Soldier, he goes, oh, remember when Pierce said, oh, you've taken a bullet from me once, and things like that. That was going to be related to that, but no, we get this. But again, fans are disappointed because if you go into the comics, which this Marvel is alluding to, well, he loses his eye, in a fight. I think in a fight with the Wolverine. Yeah, Wolverine, actually scratches his eye. I believe I'm right.
I don't know. I'd have to check on that.
Yeah.
You're talking adamantium claws to a human head. That ain't gonna leave
Yeah.
much.
So, if I'm wrong, please forgive me. But I could swear he lost it.
Throw the tomatoes that way.
Yeah, no, but I could swear that he did lose it. But again, to me, it was just the cat. It was like, God, he loses the cat like that. Goody, and then all of a sudden,
Right, the whole movie, he's like getting along with this cat, and then all of a sudden the cat just gets mad. He just loses it. There was a lot of things. The beginning of the movie was campy, very campy. It almost lost me, but then it got better. It's a little dry in the middle, and then it gets great, with the ending battle scenes. The fight sequences were pretty good. They were almost as good as that first fight sequence we get with Black Widow in Iron Man 2, right? Yeah, that fight sequence was amazing. This was close. So for me, in the MCU, as far as lead female characters or just strong female characters, I would put, Frigga's fight scene, and then it was Black Widow's fight scene, and then it would be Captain Marvel. Can you think of any other? I mean, have you been impressed by anybody else's fight sequence from those three? Frigga, Black Widow, and Captain Marvel?
This, Marvel Cinematic Universe?
In the MCU, yeah.
MCU. I mean, for me, I like anything Black Widow because it just feels real.
But none of her fight scenes have been as good as the first one that we got in Iron Man 2. That was just an amazing sequence.
I did like her fight with the Hawkeye.
In Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like that. But I because it just feels real.